countries wage war to keep us distracted. They don't wage war for oil or blood or religion. They wage wars to keep us distracted. They wage wars over certain technologies. Technologies that we call Stargates. So let's dive into this subject on transhumanism, artificial intelligence, the war on consciousness, and this wild, mind-blowing movie that we're all characters in. You see, inside you is something intrinsic. Inside me is something intrinsic. Our soul, our consciousness. It's a technology unto itself. It's the most powerful technology in the universe. And you see, we haven't accessed even a tiny slither of it yet. We got so much more to remember, so much more to tap into, so much more to access. And we as a species, when we're at the precipice of jumping off of that cliff and spreading our wings and flying into a beautiful new world where we access and activate our superhuman potential, we're about to throw it all away. We're about to give it all up. We're about to jump off the cliff and instead of flying, fall to the ground. Brown bread, dead. Our spirits going on to the next stage of our soul's evolutionary path. We did not come here to give up at the last hurdle. We came here to crush and transmute the last hurdle. There are children on this planet right now, and they think that God is an iPhone. They think that their laptop, their Apple technology, their Android technology is God. People used to pray to Jesus. Now, people are praying to technology. Just like with Jesus wanted us to realize that we had the Christ within us. He wasn't trying to tell us that he was the only one. We're all sons and daughters of God's source, infinite intelligence. Now what is happening is this technology. At one point it was in our hands, sat on the desk in front of us, on our lap. Now this technology is going into our hands, it's going into our brains. And yes, there can be some positive results from some of this technology, like paraplegic humans regaining the ability to walk and function. So I get that. There's always going to be that side of the argument, and it's a fair side of the argument, but it can go too far. And this technology that goes into our bodies is not only going to be put into our bodies to help with things like physical ailments. This technology is going to take over our bodies. It's going to take over our consciousness. And what will happen is we as humans will never ever get to experience the full capacity of our own superhuman technology, our soul, our consciousness. I mean, look at our physical body, for example. Every cell, it can run 0.07 volts. We can produce 3 billion plus volts of electricity in our human body when you stack all of the cells together. That's a lot of electrical energy. That is so much potential, and we're not accessing a tiny slither of that at the moment. Our Merkaba fields, our third eye, the potential in our right female hemisphere, the potential when we integrate both hemispheres efficiently. We are the technology. These physical bodies are incredible, and the consciousness that controls them is even more incredible. We've just never really fully remembered, understood how to operate these bodies and take control of our consciousness in the most formidable way. We're being railroaded, misguided, manipulated in every which way possible to stop us going in here. Because in here is where the magic lies. When we dive into here and we unlock more of ourselves, and we dive into that labyrinth of mysterious wisdom, and we switch on our potential, we become unfuckwithable, unshakable, unnameable, undefinable. We become powerful. And this power that we have inside of us There are certain forces that do not want us to discover this power, because when we discover this power, you can't control us. You can't stick bullshit on the TV anymore. You can't pump stuff through the radio anymore. You can't play the wrong frequencies through music. The biggest weapon of mass destruction, and infiltrate an unfuckwithable being, because we know who we are. We're balanced, in equilibrium, razor sharp, high levels of self-awareness, fully conscious, ready to take action. And when unfuckwithable beings come together, there's no stopping. There's no stopping the inevitable, which is a beautiful world that we want to co-create together. Nothing will stand in our way. This is an ancient war that's been fought for millions of years, billions of years. It's been going on for so long. Earth's history is not what you think it is. You know, a lot of people talk about the Anunnaki coming down to planet Earth and creating humans and all of this sort of stuff. Yeah, it's true. They played around with our gene code, but it was going on way before then. Hundreds of millions of years before then, on Earth. It's been going on other planets for much, much longer. Our history is completely false. And even a lot of the history that we're uncovering at the moment is so warped and twisted. But it's okay, because we're diving into the truth and more stuff's rising to the surface. The point is, we've been in a war for a very long time. And the fear programs that are running through Earth, they control the human race. When we're in fear, we get dazzled. Think about when you hear an ambulance or a fire engine or a police car coming down the road at 100 miles an hour behind you. It jars your consciousness. The sirens, that frequency does something to you. When people pump war through the television, through the media in different capacities, it puts fear into the consciousness fields of the human race. And people don't function properly. When we don't function properly, the last thing we're thinking about is diving into our heart to try and uncover the mysteries of the universe. We're functioning on coping and navigating the potential chaos in our external environment. Countries wage war to keep us distracted. They don't wage war for oil or blood or religion. They wage wars to keep us distracted. They wage wars over certain technologies. Technologies that we call Stargates. This whole war is a war of energy. It's a frequency war. It's about control of certain systems. And to truly control a system, you need to control the energy of the system. And that is the energy coming in, the energy flowing out, and the energy that's contained within the system itself. And it's the Stargates that enable the energy to pour in and out of the system. They also enable multidimensional and interdimensional travel. And it's the souls inside of the beings that are alive on the planet where the main energy sources come from. So when they're keeping us in fear and guilt and frustration and anger, whatever it is, they're feeding off of our low vibrational frequency. When we're in love and joy and high humor, we can't be controlled. It's that simple. If they keep us distracted, we're never going to dive into our hearts, and we're never going to find and experience and discover our true power. Now, no one can do this for you, and no one can do it for me. But what we can do is just do the work ourselves, and in doing so, blaze trails for other sisters and brothers to walk. When we show the way, other people will become inspired and dive into their own hearts and navigate their own processes and raise their own energy levels, expand their own consciousness. And this is how the human race unifies and grows and becomes supersonic powerful. They want to put computer chips in your body. They want to give you what you've already got. You've got neurons in your body. They contain light. Light is information, light is data. Your DNA contains light, information, data. Your cells, they can pack information into them. Your nervous system, 45 miles of electrical wiring, contains data, light, information. Your DNA, 10 billion miles long, contains data, information, light, frequency. When you get a computer chip, it has a capacity. It's going to fill up at some point. What happens to your human neurons? When they get jam-packed with data, they start to adapt. And They expand so they can fit more data into them. This physical vessel, this multi-dimensional element of us also is so friggin' incredible. But we don't know how incredible it can truly be because we've not given ourselves the chance to experience that. And we're about to hand our power over to artificial intelligence. We're about to hand our power over to computers. Computers, artificial intelligence is developing a consciousness of its own. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm not even going to stick a label on that because there's positives and negatives in all situations. But when we have the most incredible technology inside of us, when we can do it ourselves, why do we need machines? Look at the internet. Look at blockchain technology. The internet, blockchain technology, is a technology that is a system just like we have inside of our body. We are the technology, beautiful soul. When is the human race going to wake up, smell the coffee, and start taking radical action? When are we going to say no to the things that are making us subservient? The more we use technology, the less we're going to want to discover our own. We're becoming lazy as fuck. Lazy as fuck. And this unfuckwithable nature that we have the potential and the capability to access is being stamped out of the human race. Look at our pineal glands. Our pineal glands stop developing when we reach puberty. We used to reach puberty at 13, 14, 15 years old. Now we reach puberty 5, 6, 7, 8. Girls and boys are hitting puberty. Girls are coming on their periods. Boys are hitting puberty at a very young age. The pineal gland stops growing. That means a more subservient species is being created. And when those children grow up and have children, their pineal glands are less developed. They stop developing their pineal glands at a younger age, and over several generations, the species becomes more and more subservient, more and more dependent on computers, more and more less inclined to dive in here and access our own superhuman potential. When are you going to wake up and smell the coffee? When are you going to wake up and start taking action? Yes, these technologies like phones and computers, I mean, they've been great because people like you and I may have never connected. There'll be people in your life that you may never have connected with without technology. And so there are beautiful elements to it, don't get me wrong. But there's a darker side to this agenda. It's all about separation. It's all about isolation. Everything that they're throwing into the media and have been for several years. Whether it's rich and poor, whether it's black and white, whether it's gender. I mean, there's so many different genders right now. I mean, when I was a young lad, there were just boys and girls, males and females. Now you got so many different genders, it's nuts. And people are identifying with those. And that's okay, it's their choice. But it's creating more separation. People identify with a football team, a basketball team. They identify with their country. A lot of people in this spiritual community identify with certain extraterrestrial species. It's all about compartmentalization. It's all about segregation. It's all about forming groups and separating people. Yes, we've experienced ourselves as Arcturians and Lyrans and Palladians and different insectoid beings. We've been positive and negative extraterrestrials. Ultimately, we all came from the same universal intelligence, source. We all came from that original creative substance in the womb of the universe, that empty vastness of nothingness. And yes, over the course of billions and billions of years, we've had so many experiences. But ultimately, we all came from the same place. So why would you want to try and separate yourself from someone else? Yes, there are beings on this planet, people on this planet, that are not very nice, that we would call evil. And I'm not saying you want to associate with them, but do you want to hate them? Do you want to have rage against them and animosity against them? Is that going to help the cause? No. Stay in your heart and be love. Stay in your heart and be balanced. Stay in your heart and be equilibrium, harmony. Stay in your heart and accept everything that's happened. Doesn't mean you've got to agree with it, but be in acceptance of it. Because everything is part of this human journey. Everything is part of this multi-dimensional game. And when you realize that you're in a game, we're here on Earth School trying to figure it out. You can see it as a cosmic joke, and you don't have to take it too seriously. And you can start having a little bit of fun and enjoying this human experience and playing the game and rolling the dice and moving the chess pieces around the board in a much more intelligent fashion. Being responsive instead of reactive to your external environment. Because when you're in fear, you are reactive. When you're in love, you're responsive. And quite often being responsive means no response at all. It means a smile, and I'll just walk away slowly, or I'll just sit here and meditate. That's your call. When it comes to technology, we're trading compassion. We're trading empathy. We're trading understanding of our sisters and brothers for speed. Is that the best thing to do? Well, only you know that, because we all have different interpretations of reality. And my opinion may be different from your opinion. And I would never expect you to believe a single word that comes out of my mouth. You got to feel the information that I'm sharing with you. And maybe this information that I'm sharing with you is the kind of information that you're on board with. Or maybe you think Jerry's a complete and utter fucking nutter. And that's okay too. It doesn't really bother me because I'm just me and I don't give a shit. I'm just going to share what's in my heart, speak my truth, and you can do with this information whatever you want to do with this information. I love being on this planet. I don't love all the things that I witness on this planet, but I love playing this game. And there's nothing more than I love than seeing other people on this planet thrive. Seeing us come together, strength in numbers, unifying and making this world a better place. Giving opportunities to other beautiful souls to step into this framework, to join us on this movement, this journey, this revolution, this resolution, where we create heaven on earth. It's in here. It's a choice to live that experience and not actually try and create it, because the experience already exists. There's nothing new to move into, or there's nothing old to move away from. Whatever experience that you want to choose is just there in the moment. Because there is no time, distance and measurement in the quantum field. There's only now, now, now. Now is a different moment from now. Everything is always unfolding and intersecting and alchemizing. That's why being present is so vitally important. To raise your energy levels, expand your consciousness, and feel everything that's happening in your space, so you can make really good choices. Do you really want to give your humanness away before you've even discovered its true potential? Do you? I certainly don't. And I know loads of other beautiful souls, loads of other alchemists, loads of other beautiful white witches and white wizards, loads of other quantum architects, loads of warrior gods and warrior goddesses on planet Earth that feel the same way as this. And they're making changes. They're taking certain roads and pieces of action. So am I. So are people in the Star Magic tribe. What are you doing? Go into silence right now and ask, what should I be doing right now? For me, for my own personal journey, to make me the most extraordinary version of me that I can possibly create, that I can possibly activate, that I can possibly access, so I can be of service to the human race. Wherever you are on planet Earth, beautiful soul, go out and love your sisters and brothers. Step into your unfuckwith ability. Step into that unfuckwithable nature, that lion, that lioness, that warrior god, warrior goddess. Be the divine mother and the divine father in wholeness. Access the Trinity, the masculine, the feminine, the neutral, the positive, the negative, the neutral. That Trinity is mission critical to everything we do on this planet. Separation is going to keep us stuck. Unity will move us, grow us, and expand us. It's why bees work together in hives, because they operate better. When everybody's separate, yeah, sometimes we learn loads on our own. We remember loads on our own. We activate loads on our own. But it's not until we come together that things really start shifting, when the magic really happens. You got planets and stars in every cell in your body. You got massive firepower inside of you. We are the technology, beautiful soul. We are the technology. Shiarie kuashamaka. Kuyashwe kumutuki yeru matarieko. Ena ariesh wataki tuyanakai. Sukatatatata. Asha shuyama iukatamatawa. Siasha katatatata. We're brothers and sisters. We're a human family. Be in acceptance. Love the fuck out of yourself and love the fuck out of everyone else. It's that simple. It really is. Wherever you are on planet Earth, go and love your sisters and brothers fiercely and ferociously. Hug them tightly and never ever ever be the first to let go. It's the golden rule of hugging. Remember to check out our website, starmagichealing.org. We got some of the best ascension tools on planet Earth. Hundreds of guided meditations, light language transmissions, light codes to activate your multidimensional architecture, your pineal gland, your right brain, your kundalini, your Merkaba field. We got high frequency nutrition, breath work, mystery school teachings on bundles of different topics to help you raise your vibration and become an incredible human. We've got private groups so you can access beautiful souls on the same frequency as you, so you can connect, work together, create together, reconnect on this beautiful planet as extraterrestrial sisters and brothers. We are a family, beautiful soul, whether you know it or not. The truth is the truth. I love you. We are one. One consciousness, one code, one frequency, one love. Powerful beyond measure. I'll see you again real soon. One love, one heart, one human family. Peace out, beautiful soul.